A big old welcome back to the comment of the day. And for the first time here in the Desert Kingdom, I do not know how many comment of the day episodes that we have made now. And I think that is very funny. But as always, we are going to sit back, have some relaxing cinematics in the background, along with some soothing music, and get to respond to a bunch of your wonderful questions today. We have 5, so if you're down for that adventure, consider leaving a like on the video. But I do say that without further ado, why don't we get into our first comment? And our first comment of the day for today's episode comes in from a good buddy of mine as well, and a wonderful Minecraft content creator by the name of Throwlash. He makes wonderful Create Mod videos. And if you've been interested in looking at the Create Mod, or you know anyone like Mr. Beardstone, wonderful Minecraft YouTubers, and you're in the scene, definitely take a look at his channel. But he asks, if you could do anything right now, time, money, responsibility, anything holding you back was not an issue, what would you do? And my response is probably unconventional, but it makes sense based on how much I really love Minecraft and making these YouTube videos. But if there is nothing holding me back personally, which is actually pretty much going to be the case over the summer, I would just go all in on making Minecraft YouTube videos. And for whatever reason, I just love the process of doing it. I never get burnt out to it. I pretty much maximize my time so that I can make as much content for you guys. And I love the creative outlet, and it's so cathartic for me. And I think that when you really, after doing this day in and day out for almost 3 years now, when you really love something and you are so passionate and so dedicated, and I really, on the weekends, when most people sleep in, I wake up at 3:30, 4 a.m. just to play Minecraft or to record and to do my best to get as much creation in. And I never run out of that energy. And so I think that really is a hallmark of something that is worth really pursuing. And of course, I've been doing that. And as an elementary school teacher, which is also a passion of mine, a profession I've always wanted to do. One of the best benefits of that is that you have the teacher summer where the kids are off on vacation and you are too. And so you get to do what you want with your time in a way that is very not like the traditional adult working life, at least in the United States. And so I get that opportunity to go and really pursue Minecraft and just go all in and not have any other obstacles or obligations in the way. And that is something that is very exciting for me. I did it last summer, and I think that I just have been looking forward to it. I think that although I have the weekend coming up, and you guys will be hearing this on Sunday of that weekend, then tomorrow for me, I have Monday and then Tuesday, and then I'm off for the summer. But for the weekend, although you would think that generally speaking, you're excited for the weekend, a religious pilgrimage in Spain, which is something I'm very excited for doing. I'm almost like, I want the weekend to pass so that I can just completely enjoy the new chapter of summer and being able to devote all of my time towards this and to you all, along with spending a month actually I'm going to be doing. And so I actually am very lucky in that I'm in an acute chapter of my life where I have an opportunity to not have my money or responsibility dictate what I'm going to do with whatever actions I decide to do. And that is incredibly liberating and exciting. And I think kind of having that experience last summer of being able to feel like a full-time YouTuber, although I wasn't, but I kind of was. I just loved it. And so I'm very excited for that. And I hope that you guys are too. There's going to be a whole ton more comment of the days coming up here on the second channel. And then on the main channel, of course, we're going to have a ton of really wonderful content coming out because I won't have to juggle anything else. I really will be able to dedicate myself towards the craft and for you all. And I'm very excited about doing that. And I'd love to know for you guys, please do let me know what would be the thing that you would do if you didn't have any time, money, responsibility, really anything holding you. Our next comment of the day comes in from one of my best buddies here on YouTube as well, another incredible Minecraft content creator named Cobb. And he asks, if you started over on YouTube, what would you do differently? And for me, it was actually a pretty easy quick response or ability to respond to this question. And for me, if I was to start again, I absolutely would go with the intention that I'm not going for the views or for one specific outcome, but I'm going for the journey and the process. And that is something that I've kind of come to the realization of maybe within the last year or so. Because don't get me wrong, of course I want more people to see my content, but at the end of the day, it's really about who you are building as a human being, and these skills that I have been able to make and continue to improve on now that I look back almost 3 years later now are indispensable for me is actually the perfect word for it. And now it's because I can record, and especially when I'm doing these comment of the day episodes, as I've been doing them time and time again and treating it more like a podcast, I promise you that the first time that I ever did it, I absolutely could not. The first time I made a YouTube video, a Minecraft YouTube video, I've said this many times, it took me about 3.5 months to make, and I cannot tell you how many retakes that I ended up doing on every single sentence that I made in a 30-minute long video that I edited down to every single frame with the utmost precision for months on end. It had to be over 15 to 20 different retakes on every sentence because I wasn't happy with it and I didn't like my voice and I didn't like the commentary, and I am so happy that I kept with it, but I was so happy that I just started in the first place. But when I did start, I wanted it. I was so intentional about trying to have this perfect video that would just kind of prove to myself that I had something. And the reality is that we all have something to contribute. And I think that you are able to find your medium through doing it. But if you feel like because you don't have the skill acquisition to do or start YouTube, the whole thing that I have learned is that that is the whole point of the process. Because now 3 years later, and this is actually just like a really wonderful feeling. If I wanted to change avenues or if I wanted to pursue a different just like path in life, I could do that and be able to live full time and do the things that I love based on the fact that I've spent the time to accrue these skill sets, whether it be making a hook, understanding audience retention rates, understanding how to have a longer view duration, or to do all of the nitty-gritty things when it comes to making a better and a better and a better YouTube video. And I'm so happy that I can look at myself and be like, I am this sort of person, and I grew. And I think that you have to grow into the identity of being someone that does this thing. Especially when you're getting your hands dirty with it, it is very intimidating, and there's so much to learn with settings and adjustments and all of the even like preparation things that go into making a relatively quality video that you can at first glance be proud of if you are someone that when you start knows that you want to do something to distinguish yourself. And for me, that was seeing YouTube cinematics of Minecraft, of content creators that I really loved, and I wanted to incorporate that into who I was in terms of what I produced and the content that I made. And so now I look back 3 years later, and I definitely, and this is not to be said in a boastful way, but I know that I am one of the top people in the world when it comes to making cinematics for Minecraft. And that is indispensable, and I could do a lot with that within the specific niche, but at the same time, knowing how to do the thing, all of the different processes when it comes to thumbnail creation and when it comes to understanding clickability, or just like all of these different things that accrue into a massive toolbox of skills that you can then use in other disciplines and other fields, or just as a creative outlet for yourself. And so there's so much to do and make and grow with when it comes to becoming someone that makes YouTube content. And I never knew that when I started. I just wanted a video that would prove to myself that I was, I don't know, worth it in terms of like taking a chance on as a human being that was putting their best into their content. And I think that it's the confidence that comes over time with knowing that you can do it is with time. Even if you pop off with one video, if your first video ever, if the next one flops and you don't really understand the game, then that's kind of going to be a roller coaster of how you feel with your self-esteem or your ability if you're trying to validate to yourself, which is what I was trying to do through having like the best YouTube content possible. And so for me, it really is all about the journey. And I think that the more you put into it, the more you really do see the outcome. And when it comes to consistency, it's this thing that is just said over and over again in the YouTube sphere, but it's for good reason. And it's not cheesy in my personal opinion. And the reason for that is that in life, everything has compound interest, in my personal opinion. And so all of the skills, all of the tools not only make you who you are, make you a better version of who you are, but they also are transferable. And then you also eventually, I think that when you plant seed of good intention, sometimes the reward of, the growth of that seed into a full-grown tree, like that, that eventual outcome, I really do think that you see it a much farther down the line as things continue to accumulate. And so that is what making YouTube videos is all about. If you are about and interested in making content, or if you started it and you're enjoying the process, please keep with it. It has ultimately changed my life in a way that I never thought was going to happen, but in a way that I would never take back, because although I really enjoyed the life that I had before this, I also really enjoy the life that I have with this now, and the ability to look at myself as someone that is a very competent individual within so many different avenues in life as a result of honing the craft of making content. And it's ultimately very worth it and potentially lucrative as well, right? Our next comment of the day comes in from Kevin West 7111, and he asks, do you prefer updating a Forever World to the latest versions, or keeping it in a single version, maybe with some mods? And for me, the eventual intention is to continue to update my Minecraft Forever World as the updates continue to come. And I, as a Minecraft fan, am definitely a fan of the fact that Minecraft has been updating their game much more frequently recently. But at the same time, I love, as you can definitely see on the screen, making Minecraft cinematics, and I am the sort of person that likes to batch everything. I think that it is very helpful when it comes to efficiency, when it comes to content creation, and that is a skill set all in itself, right? But for updating the world, when it comes to making Minecraft cinematics, it is very, very difficult to keep updated, especially when you have mods, and I have to play with mods. As a YouTuber, you kind of sift into the fact that even if you play a vanilla game, you still have to have at least a bunch of basic mods that will help you record while playing with efficiency. Or for me, I like to zoom in the camera, or even the replay mod, right? And so the replay mod takes a good amount of time update between updates. It takes maybe a month, or probably more like 2 months, for replay mod to update to the most recent version. And I have always wanted to be on top of the game when it comes to being able to play the brand new update and make new content on it as soon as it updates. But the reality is, for me, working on multiple projects, I definitely have YouTube cinematics in wait for me to edit up. And it takes months for me to update all of the mods that I want to, and to have to wait for them to update. And then for me to also have to wait for ultimately replay mod to update because I cannot play Minecraft and record YouTube videos in the best way possible without making cinematics. It is what I've found to be integral to my content, and I love that. I think that is something that makes me and unique as a Minecraft YouTuber, and it's a wonderful thing. And so thank you if you're still listening to this or watching this. I hope that you like the cinematics, and I appreciate you being here. And if you are a YouTuber yourself, or if you'd ever like to get started, you can actually use any of the Minecraft cinematics that I do have in this video or in any video that I've ever made. If you join our Discord, we have a little outlet called the Crafters Library, which is a stock footage library. And within the next couple of weeks or so, it's going to have maybe around 2,500 pieces of content, which is absolutely insane. All mine, and you're more than welcome to use any of it for free. Please do consider doing so if you are trying to get into the Minecraft game, or if you are looking to add more of a cinematic twist to your Minecraft content. So I eventually do want to update to the most recent version and continue to do so, and I'm very excited to get the next experience with the most recent Minecraft update, but I'm still really nowhere near, I think, at least a couple of weeks out from updating to even the most recent version. And if you are following Minecraft, then you probably know that we are not that far away from even the next summer update, probably only a couple of weeks away as well. So in my personal opinion, based on usually how Minecraft full updates have come out in the past. And so I will not have had to experience the most recent update before the next one probably even comes out. And so I want to be as consistent as I can to answer the question, but it is very difficult as a content creator if you make cinematics. If you don't, then it's much easier for you to do. But I personally think that Minecraft cinematics give you an edge. It's an extra skill set, but it also allows for you to capture extra angles as well, which can be very helpful for a certain type of audience, I think. And so, yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on it. And I hope to update very soon. I really do, especially since we're playing in the desert here, and I definitely want that cactus flower. Our next comment of the day comes in from a longtime supporter here, and a good friend and a Minecraft content creator as well, named Aaron. And they ask, what is the most challenging aspect or part of creating content to you, and how do you deal with it? And for me, I think response is starting to change over time. The first thing, and I've kind of responded to this question in essence in the past, is that recording, like commentary, is the most difficult thing for me. And that is a major reason for why I record these Q&A episodes. I think that it is a good experience for me to continue to work on the skill of commentary and enunciation. And when I was a little kid, I definitely struggled with kind of pronouncing things and mumbling in particular. And so my commentary has definitely improved over time. And as a teacher, that's really been helpful as well. And once again, another aspect of being able to make the most and take so much impact and growth and skill set acquisition from doing YouTube. So for me, the most challenging part has been doing the recording. And I think that if you do YouTube, you also know that when you are trying to be consistent, there are times, many times, I think actually, when you have to push through and make doing something that you love into work if you really are trying to do it. And I definitely treat YouTube like work, but I'm one of those people, like I'm a very go-getter, kind of like Alex Hormozy, and like, let's, get the bag and be as productive as we can and, juggle many different things. But when you juggle many different things and you have a very high bar for yourself, I think that finding the time to do it, you have to force yourself and sacrifice more in order to make it happen. But time is, in my personal opinion as a human being, the most important thing, more important than money. It's how do you want to spend your time on this planet, and how can you maximize your ability to do the most rewarding things possible, not necessarily like hedonically, like in the moment, like impulsively, but how can you do the things, whether even it comes to sacrifice and discipline in a stoic way in particular, to maximize your ability to enjoy life. And for me, as we kind of talked about at the beginning of the comment of the day episode today, I just love the journey of doing this. As a result of loving the journey of doing this, I have so much vigor and desire and personally to like do more of it. And so time is such an aspect that is hard to do when you are doing your best to make it happen, and you have this inevitable my fire never goes out for making content, but at the same time, there are different times when you want to record, and you have to maximize how you're treating your energy. Like for me, I've had to adjust my schedule and my time and how I use my energy, most importantly, in order to understand when I'm the most ready to do the highest output, most value-driven thing for me, not only as in a human growth perspective, but also if you're not recording, then you're kind of just gameplay with music, or you are giving cinematics with music, which is definitely soothing and relaxing. But at the same time, I do hope that you find more value from the fact that I am expressing things that relate to my perspective on life and experience and that sort of thing. And I think that can maybe give you new insights or things to contend with. And like that is so much more important and value driven when it comes to the content creation process, but it's also the most energy draining. And so recording is not only a skill acquisition difficult process that you get better with over time, which is why it's worth doing it. It's such a high value skill to be able to have, and it's transferable, as we've been talking about earlier. But the way that I deal with it is by continually maximizing and planning and being intentional with how I treat my energy and my schedule, but my energy foremost. If I was not feeling up to recording this today, I would have personally done, if I was the lowest energy possible, I would play Minecraft and get some extra kind of monotonous work done. The highest level is being able to sit and record for a long time and be able to drive as much value as you can through that commentary, I think, personally. And so in order to do that, you can't just always willy-nilly just hop on the microphone if you're not in that energy. And so the idea is actually to maximize your ability to be in that energy as much as possible. And so I think that getting enough sleep, understanding exactly when you are feeling like you are in the best kind of headspace or talkative mood or social ability or just feeling good enough, I think, to really transcend and like put your best into your recording and so like into the creation that you're making. And so being able to, eating healthy and like all of the little things that people say that you can do are actually things that if you are really about providing the highest value content, not only for the audience, but also for like your own growth, because you have a high bar and you like seeing the fact that you have a portfolio that's getting better over time and that it is providing value. Like that is also, gratifying for the person that is providing the value. Of course, you want to have good reception. And so I think that in order to do that, I maximize and try to be the best version of myself that I can be. And a lot of that is through a time perspective in particular, and understanding that recording is in commentary and the information and value and perspective and experience that you are able to provide is at its maximum level. And that is not easy when you are also competing with consistency in your expectations on that while maintaining quality. And if you are a video editor, if you've ever tried to edit yourself, you know that it is definitely something that is acquired over time. And so being able to fit that in, I love video editing, but it's much easier for me than recording. And so that's definitely the most challenging part, but then squeezing it in because, again, you have so many ideas about what you want to do when you have so much zeal for doing this. And if you relate to that, I definitely would like to hear your perspective, or maybe it's not within Minecraft, but whatever it is that you just have that thing for. And I say that try as much as you can to maximize your energy and your time so that you can do that as much as possible. And I think that you will be able to, at least to agree, up your enjoyment of, this whole thing that we call life. Our next comment of the day comes in from a good buddy and a good friend of mine as well, Ace8. Thank you so much for supporting the channel over such a long period of time. And he asks, got another one for you. If you haven't explained it yet, what is the reason for the name Slip? And that is a fantastic question. And I've talked about it over time, but I love sharing it. And I think that it's a unique story and it doesn't make a whole ton of sense, but for whatever reason, within the context of my life, it just happened to have fit in. And when I went to college, I ended up loving a particular song called by Migos. I love rap music in particular, which you wouldn't think based on this video, but that's pretty much all I listen to when I'm at the gym or running, or I love exercise. And so when I'm in the car, pretty much hip hop and rap music, actually, which is very funny. And Minecraft is my other cathartic kind of music genre. But Migos, the rap group, they ended up making a song called Slippery. And I just loved the hook of the song in particular. And I was in college and I was a freshman, and all of my good buddies, my new friends at the time, I came in, to be any time of day based on that college lifestyle. And I'd come in just kind of like jamming to the song, and it kind of became my theme song. And so my initial name was Slip Teeny, which was a mixture of that kind of nickname, Slip and Slippery, and then Teeny, which was the end of one of the nicknames that I had when I was a kid. So it became Slip Teeny, and then I was like, oh, it kind of, Slip Teeny kind of rolls off the tongue. Like, it's nuanced, like it's a short name, it's one word. At the beginning, I was really looking through other YouTubers to see if there were any other Slips out there. And not really, but there was one that had like 2,000 subscribers that had a username and a name that was very much about Slip, and within the Minecraft genre in particular. And I was like, I can't come in here with Slip if he's kind of already Slip and he's kind of already established himself, because if you've ever started out a YouTube channel, then getting 1,000 subscribers is a lot. And don't get me, it's a lot. This YouTube video itself should probably put us to 1,000 subscribers here on the second channel, which, please, if you're new here and you're still listening, get this to 1,000. That would be so awesome. I've been putting work into this YouTube channel on the side for about a year or so, but eventually, I actually did a Minecraft event with the other guy, and he wasn't really a YouTuber, but he was a streamer. And we kind of had like a fun little back and forth, because I think I'd passed 1,000 subscribers and I'd gotten somewhere, but he had like 2,000. So he's double me, and so I was pretty established within the event. But at the same time, eventually I surpassed this guy, and he kind of stopped making YouTube videos. And so I ended up eventually being like, okay, well, I've kind of taken up the space. I've made the actual YouTube videos that get more views than his have, and he's not really uploading, and I consistently am. And like, it's time for me to take the seat, because this is what I wanted to be all along. And so it kind of just, my college nickname ended up becoming this thing. And Slip is like it's very nuanced, and I think that some people could be like, oh, Slip, it's like, cool, like Slip, which is what I think it is. But I do that, other people could be like, Slip? Like, why Slip? Like, so you could look at it either way, but, it's also who you are and the identity that you grow into. And so that's one of the most wonderful things about, once again, doing this whole YouTube thing. And I'm so happy that I've been able to do it over the years. And once again, I wouldn't be able to do anything like this on the second channel and be able to either provide value or be able to connect with you all if it wasn't for the fact that I've been doing this, and I've been putting my all in, my soul and my heart into it, and it's worth it, because you never know what you're going to get when you start something in life. And that has been my experience with doing YouTube. And once again, I really wouldn't take it back. So I hope that you are very excited for a whole ton of content coming not only here on the second channel, but also on the main channel as we start off our teacher summer on Tuesday, which will be 2 days from the release of this video. If you have enjoyed this video, definitely consider taking a look at one of our other podcast Q&A videos that we have here on the second channel, but we also get kind of a more highly edited version of this as well on the main channel episode. So if you're enjoying the vibe here and you'd like to maybe have your comment answered, definitely leave a comment below, and I will see you guys very, very soon with a very exciting summer to come soon.